Attention passionate Chicago, BARS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, BARS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that things are heating up in a way we haven't seen in quite some time. And no, I'm not just talking about the usual offseason chatter. We're talking about a potential seismic shift that could reshape the NFC North, the division that the Bears have been fighting to reassert their dominance in for years now. And at the center of this buzz, there's a name that's been making waves, Micah Parsons. That's right, the Dallas Cowboys' star pass rusher, who has quickly established himself as one of the premier defensive players in the league, has reportedly requested a trade. And this could open up a window of opportunity for the Chicago Bears that fans have been dreaming about for ages. Let's rewind a bit and set the stage. 4 years ago, the Bears made a decision that, in hindsight, could have changed everything. They traded up to pick Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields with the 11th overall pick in the 2021 draft. At the time, it seemed like the team was banking on Fields to be the franchise quarterback, the guy who'd lead them back to glory. But fast forward, and it's clear that things haven't gone exactly as planned. Fields, despite flashes of brilliance, has yet to become that consistent, game-changing starter that Bears fans hoped for. Now on his third team in just a few years, it's fair to say the quarterback position remains a big question mark for the franchise. Meanwhile, just one pick after Chicago's selection, the Cowboys took Penn State's Micah Parsons. And what a pick that turned out to be. Parsons has skyrocketed into a bona fide superstar, a player who can change the course of a game with his relentless pass rush, instinctive playmaking, and leadership on the field. It's honestly a stark contrast. While Fields has yet to hit his peak, Parsons has already accumulated an impressive list of accomplishments in just 4 seasons. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time All-Pro, the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he's compiled a staggering 52. 5 sacks, along with 9 forced fumbles and 4 fumble recoveries. And remember, folks, he's only 26 years old. That's the kind of talent that teams dream of building around. Now, here's the twist. Due to ongoing contract negotiations and some disagreements over his future role, Parsons has officially requested a trade from Dallas. Yeah, it's a big deal. And he didn't hold back. He posted his feelings on social media, making it clear that he's ready for a change if things don't improve. While the Cowboys have publicly maintained that they aren't interested in trading Parsons, everyone knows that in the NFL, nothing is off the table, especially if the right offer comes along. You see, the NFL is a business, and when a player of Parsons' caliber wants out, it puts teams in a tough spot. According to reports from ESPN's Adam Schefter, a trade package that could sway Dallas might look quite familiar to Bears fans, because it's reminiscent of what they used to acquire Khalil Mack back in 2018. And that's where things get really interesting. Imagine for a second the possibilities if the Bears pull off a deal for Parsons. It would be a game-changer, folks. It would immediately bolster their pass rush, an area that's been a bit of a work in progress lately, especially opposite Montez Sweat. Adding Parsons would, without a doubt, put the Bears' defense back into elite territory. It's not just about stopping the run or pressuring the quarterback. It's about creating chaos, forcing turnovers, and setting the tone for the entire team. Parsons would be in the conversation for the best player on the entire roster, no doubt about it. And let's talk about the impact he's already had in his short career. Since entering the league, Parsons has been a nightmare for offensive lines. His ability to rush the passer, combined with his versatility to drop into coverage or blitz from multiple spots, makes him a nightmare for any quarterback. And with the Bears looking to re-establish their defensive identity, a talent like Parsons could be the piece that completes the puzzle. He's a player who can elevate the entire defense, and given the Bears' recent history of making bold moves, think Khalil Mack in 2018, it's not out of the realm of possibility that GM Ryan Poles might consider going all in for a player of Parsons' caliber. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but what would it cost? Well, if we look back at the Khalil Mack trade, the Bears sent a couple of first-round picks and some additional assets to the Raiders. That's a hefty price, no doubt, but in today's NFL, when you're talking about a player who could be a franchise cornerstone for the next decade, it's a price worth paying. Especially for a team like the Bears, who are in a rebuild mode, but also in a position to contend sooner rather than later. They've got a promising quarterback in Caleb Williams, who's already drawing comparisons to some of the greats, and a head coach in Ben Johnson, who's known for his innovative offensive schemes. But defense has always been the pride of Chicago, and bringing in Parsons would send a clear message that this team is serious about winning now. And let's not forget the leadership aspect. Parsons isn't just a talented player, he's also a fierce competitor who plays with passion and energy every single snap. That kind of attitude can be contagious in the locker room, especially when you're trying to turn a franchise around. The Bears' defense, under coordinator Dennis Allen, has the potential to be dominant, and adding a player like Parsons would push that unit even further. It would be a statement move, signaling to the rest of the league that Chicago is ready to step up and compete at the highest level. Of course, the NFL is always about timing and opportunity. Right now, the Bears have a lot of pieces in place, but they're missing that one game-changing talent on defense. Parsons could be that guy. And if the price is right, and the Cowboys are willing to listen, it might be the move that propels Chicago back into serious playoff contention. All eyes will be on how this situation develops over the coming weeks, because a trade like this could reshape the NFC North, perhaps even the entire NFC landscape. Now, I want to highlight how this potential move fits into the broader picture of the Bears' current strategy. They're focusing on building a competitive team around Caleb Williams, who they believe has the talent to be a franchise quarterback for years to come. The offensive side is getting attention, with new weapons and a revamped scheme, but defense has always been the backbone of Chicago. Adding a player like Parsons would be a statement that the Bears are committed to not just competing on offense, but dominating on defense as well. It's about creating a balanced team that can contend in every phase of the game. And for fans of the Bears, this could be the kind of move that energizes the entire franchise. Imagine the roar of the Soldier Field crowd if Parsons were to suit up in navy and orange, bringing his relentless energy and game-changing plays to every game. It would be a new chapter for the franchise, one filled with excitement, hope, and the belief that the Bears are back to being a top-tier team in the NFL. The NFL is a league where big moves define eras, and this could be one of those defining moments for Chicago. Now, some of you might be wondering about the timeline. When could this happen? Well, trade negotiations can be unpredictable, especially with a player of Parsons' profile. But if the Cowboys and Bears can find common ground, and if Parsons is willing to accept a new challenge, we might see this move happen before the start of the season or even during the season itself. The NFL trade deadline could be a pivotal moment if talks heat up, and Bears fans should keep their eyes peeled because the potential for this to happen is very real. As we look ahead, it's clear that the Bears are in a position to make a bold statement this offseason. They have the assets, the draft capital, and the desire to add a piece that could define their future. Parsons fits that mold perfectly. His move from Dallas to Chicago wouldn't just be a trade. It would be a declaration that the Bears are serious about returning to the top of the NFL hierarchy. It's a move that could shape the division and even the conference, and fans should be ready for something big. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Parsons could be the missing piece for Chicago? Would you be willing to part with some draft picks to bring him here? Or do you think Dallas will hold onto their star pass rusher? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our beloved team. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, bear down.